Welcome to EPG Patshala. I am S. Revati, Assistant Professor, AM Jain College, Meenambakam, Chennai. Today we are going to see about the topic Importance, Theories, Approaches, Elements of Motivation, Organization, Supervision and Communication. Introduction. Motivation is a label we give to processes that energize and direct behavior toward particular goals. Motivation affects the strength of behavior, persistence of behaviors and direction of behavior. Motivational changes over time as conditions includes the body and in the external environment change. Motivation is closely linked to reinforcements. A high level of motivation for something will make it easy to use it as a reinforce. Internal and external factors that stimulate desire and energy in people to be continually interested and committed to a job, role or subjects, or to make an effort to attain a goal. Motivation results from the interaction of both conscious and unconscious factors such as the intensity of desire or need, incentive or reward values of the goal, and expectation of the individual and of his or her peers. The factors or the reasons one has for behaving a certain way. Objectives. Understand the role of motivation in determining employees' performance. Understand the importance of motivation. Application of motivation theories to analyze performance problems. Definition of motivation. The term motivation has been derived from the word motive. Motive may be defined as an inner state of our mind that activates and directs our behavior. It makes us move to act. It is always internal to us and is externalized via our behavior. Motivation is one's willingness to exert efforts towards the accomplishment of his or her goal. According to Fred Luhan's, motivation is a process that starts with a physiological or psychological deficiency or need that activates behavior or drive that is aimed at a goal or incentive. Stephen Pitch Robbins states, motivation is a willingness to exert high levels of efforts towards organizational goals conditioned by the effort ability to satisfy some individual's needs. Importance of motivation. The motivated employees are more productive and quality conscious than apathetic ones. Motivation as a pervasive concept affects and is also affected by a host of factors in the organization. Organizational effectiveness becomes to some extent the causes of management ability to motivate its employees. Hence, an appreciation of motivation helps the managers how to motivate their employees. Motivation helps organization to have employees with required capability and willingness to use the advanced complex technology to achieve the organizational goal. With the realistic that organization will run in more complex milieu in future, and increasing attention has been given to develop employees as future resources. Motivation makes the managers to draw upon them as and when organization grows and develops. The theories of motivations are Maslow hierarchy of needs theory, achievement motivation theory, Hazard's theory of motivation and hygiene factors, businessmanball.com, then achievement to motivation. Motivation is a label we give to processes that energize and direct behavior toward particular goals. Motivation affects the strength of behavior, persistence of behavior and direction of behavior. There are different approaches to motivation: traditional approach, human relations approach, human resources approach. There are different elements of motivation. They are intrinsic and extrinsic factor, direction, intensity, persistence. The importance of organization are facilitates administration, facilitates growth and diversification, permits optimum use of resources, stimulates creativity, encourage humanistic approach. There are different theories of organization. Classical organization theory. The classical writers viewed organization as a machine and human beings as components of that machine. They were of the view that efficiency of the organization can be increased by making human being efficient. Their emphasis was on specialization and coordination of activities. Most of the writers gave emphasis on efficiency at the top level and fewer at the lower level of organization. That is why this theory has given streams: scientific management and administration management. The scientific management group was mainly concerned with the task to be performed at operative levels. Pillars of organization theory is, according to classical writer, the organization theory is built around 4 key pillars: division of the work, scalar and functional processes, structure and span of control. The divisions are the division of labor, scalar and functional processes, structure, span of control. Neoclassical organization theory. The new classical theory of organization focused main attention on physiological and mechanical variables of organizational functioning. The testing of these variables did not show positive results. New classical approach is contained in 2 points. Organization situation should be viewed in the social, economic and technical terms. Second one, the social process of group behavior can be understood in terms of clinical methods analogous to the doctor diagnosis of human organism. This theory views formal and informal forms of the organization as important. The behavioral approach follows in this theory. In the other contribution to new classical thinkers, the pillars of a classical theory is division of work, departmentation, coordination and human behavior were taken as given, but these postulates were regarded as modified by people acting independently or within the context of the informal organization. Modern organization theory is of received origin, having developed in early 1960. This theory has tried to overcome the drawback of earlier theories. System approach. This approach studies the organization in its totality. The mutually dependent variables are properly analyzed. Both internal and external variables are studied in analyzing the nature of organization. The next one is contingency approach. Contingency approach suggests an organizational design which suits a particular unit. A structure will be suitable only if it is tailor-made for an enterprise. Administration theory. The 14 principles that capture the essence of administrative theory could be followed. First one, division of work, authority and responsibility, discipline, unity of command, unity of direction, subordination of individual, remuneration of a personnel, centralization, order, equity, initiative. Next one is elements of organization. There are 6 key elements in organizational design. First one, work specialization, departmentalization. There are 5 common forms of departmentalization. First one, functional departmentalization, product departmentalization, geographical departmentalization, process departmentalization, customer departmentalization. Next one, chain of command. It is defined as a combination line of authority that extends from upper organizational levels to the lowest levels and clarify who reports to whom. There are 3 important concepts attached to the theory. First one, authority, responsibility, unity of command. Next one is span of control. It is important to a large degree because it determines the number of levels and managers an organization has, also determines the number of employees as a manager can efficiently and effectively manage. Fifth one is centralization and decentralization. Next heading, supervision. Supervision plays an important role in the management setup. Supervision is a person who is directly connected with a rank and files or subordinates and act as a vital link between the management and subordinates. The workers requires guidance of supervisor at every step to clear their doubts. The importance of supervision is an essential part of management which helps to put plans into action towards the accomplishment of goals. The goals of importance of the supervision is an organization is, it is important to formulate plans and policies and methods of doing the works in an organization. It is related with issuing orders and instructions. The supervision is used to motivate workers for the higher productivity and better quality. It also enforces discipline among the workers. It works as a liaison between management and workers. It handles grievances effectively. It provides proper working conditions to the workers in an organization. It helps to report about the performance and progress. It ensures the continuity of a work operation. It also ensures about elimination of a waste and to reduce cost. It guarantees the proper functioning of the work units. Effective supervision helps to secure prosperities of both employers and employees. The approaches to supervisions, there are two models. First one is concurrency model, second one is formulative in approach. The elements of supervisions are facilitating, monitoring, sponsoring, reflective practice, supervision, the hierarchy of needs. Next one is approaches to supervision. One-to-one supervision is widely used and the supervisor is usually the supervisor's line manager. Sessions are formally pre-arranged and take place in a confidential setting and protected place. Shared supervision, also teams to share responsibility for supervision individuals. Shared supervision is still conducted one-to-one, but the supervisor in this case will not be supervised line manager. Instead, she will be a practitioner who has skills and experience relevant to the supervisor current projects or cash load, and so is able to provide specifically relevant support and or mentoring. Group supervision is usually facilitators led via a formal pre-arranged process that is agreed by a supervisor and supervisors. The makeup of the group depends on the goals of the supervision. Group supervision complements rather than substitutes individual supervision, though it may reduce how often you need one-to-one supervision. Professional supervision is for professionally qualified workers in social services. Professional supervision supports supervisors to manage professional identity, knowledge, and meet their post-registration training and learning requirements. This is just one way of considering different kinds of supervision. For example, many people might view supervision of the staff, qualified and unqualified, as a professional activity, form of supervision for professionally qualified workers. In some settings such as residential care, shift working create challenges for staff supervision, and a model of shared supervision may be used where two or more managers share the supervision of individual staff. In that situation, workers will receive one-to-one supervision but not always with the same supervision. Some organizations may offer peer supervision, or there may be opportunities to consult with an external supervisor as well as the supervision provided by a line manager. There are a variety of ways of structure group supervision as well as the model described above. In particular group, supervision may benefit workers who are themselves engaged in group work and can use the supervision space to explore some of the dynamic and challenges they encounter in their practice. Depending on your role and your specific work setting, you may have experience of different forms of supervision, or you may only be familiar with one approach. If you want to learn more about other models, you can read more about these in the section of supervision on the Step into Leadership website or in the resources listed in the end of the resources. The importance of communication in organization. Effective communication is significant for managers in the organization so as to perform the basic functions of management, that is planning, organization, leading and controlling. Organization also requires effective communication with others about their job task. The importance of communication in an organization can be summarized as follows. First one, communication promotes motivated by informing and clarifying the employees about the task to be done, the manager they are performing the task, and how to improve their performance if it is not up to the mark. Communication is a source of information to the organizational members of our decision making process, as it helps identifying and assessing alternative course of actions. Communication can play a crucial role in altering individuals' attitudes, that is, a well-informed individual will have better attitude than a less informed individual. Organizational magazines, journals, meetings, and various other forms of oral and written communication help in molding employees' attitudes. Communication can also in socializing. In today's life, the only presence of another individuals fosters communications. It is also said that one cannot survive without communication. As discussed earlier, communication also assists in controlling process. It helps controlling organizational members' behavior in various ways. There are various levels of hierarchy and certain principles and guidelines that employees must follow in an organization. They must comply with organization policies, perform their job role efficiency, and communicate any work problem and grievances to their superiors. Thus, communication helps in controlling functions of management. Good communication is an essential tool in achieving productivity and maintaining strong working relationships at all levels of an organization. Employees who invest time and energy into delivering clear lines of communication will rapidly build trust amongst employees, leading to increase into productivity, output, and morale in general. Take steps to build their communication. First one is define goals and expectation, clearly deliver your message, choose your medium carefully, keep everyone involved. The elements of communications are sender, ideas, encoding, communication channel, receiver, decoding, feedback. The communication theory was proposed by S.F. Scudder in the year 1980. It states that all living beings exist on the planet communication, although the way of communication is different. Plants communities that needs to be taken care of and watered immediately, though visible changes in the colors of the leaves and the falling of the leaves and flowers. Communication can be categorized into three basic types: verbal communication, written communication, non-verbal communication. The communication theory framework, let us examine communication, and communication theory follow the following viewpoints: mechanistics, psychological, social, systematic, critical. The summary of this topic is: good communication is an essential tool in achieving productivity and maintaining strong working relationship at all levels of an organization. Some organization may offer peer supervision, or there may be opportunities to consult with an external supervisor as well as the supervision provided by a line manager. There are a variety of ways of structuring group supervision as well as the model described above. In particular, group supervision may benefit workers who are themselves engaged in group work and can use a supervision space to explore some of the dynamics and challenges they encounter in their practice.